Hello, everyone. In this little podcast, I will discuss the role of the translator in society. The movie that I chose to do this was The Translators from 2019. So, to begin, I will give a brief summary of the film just to put everyone in context in case you haven't watched the film. So, basically, this film tell the story of night translator from different countries who are hired to translate the final book of a highly anticipated novel. And to prevent leaks, the guy behind the whole process, behind the whole project, lock the night translators into a underground bunker under strict surveillance. um, and they don't do a good job because at the end the book ends up being leaked online. So the history basically is about who was the person who leaked information, why he did it, and yeah, the main focus is that. And when the pages of the books are leaked online, of course, the tension rises and ethical conflicts emerge among everyone, among the translators and the guy behind the project. I will say the publishing company. So yeah, basically that's a brief summary, really quick of the film. So to answer the two questions, I actually choose the first question that I chose was how does the movie portray the ethical responsibilities of translators in sensitive or high stakes situations? So we can see that in the movie, translators are presented as professionals, and they are they're entrusted with highly confidential material. So basically, the responsibility is pretty simple. It's just to maintain everything in secret and to do their job, basically, which is to translate to their native language. However, the movie also shows that translators are placed in extreme and I will say unfair conditions, which complicates, of course, the ethical role because the guy behind the whole project, behind the publishing company, he has no respect at all for the translators. So the translators are expected to behave ethically while being denied trust and professional respect. So this sends a clear message and suggests that ethical responsibility in translation requires a mutual respect between translators and institutions, and in this case, the publishing company, the guy who is behind representing the company. The second question that I chose was what are the personal societal consequences of miscommunication as depicted in the movie? I will say we don't see a miscommunication as a linguistic problem, but as a human and institutional one, because we can see during the whole film that from the start that there is no transparency, there are secrets, there are no communication at all between the two parts. So when the information gets leaked, we can see that there are emotional stress, paranoia, and no one can trust in no one. So at the end of the day, this ends up in a broken professional relationships. In this case, because it's a film, we can see as an extreme case, but in daily we can see this as well because if you don't have like the humanity to be professional, um, everything's going to be worse and nothing's going to work out. Well, in conclusion, this film teach me that translation is not only about translating between languages, but it's also about ethics, communication, and professionalism. So, for modern languages, for modern translators, the movie offers an important lesson, I think, that effective translation depends not only on the linguistic skill, but also on the ethical part, the clear communication, and the professional dignity. So yeah, I really like the movie, and I think it's worth the watch. So thank you so much for listening. My name is Javier.